Yeah, we started from the bottom, but I'm here. I was there with it, but now I'm here with it. When I was trying to get $1, you wasn't there. Just cause it's a new year, that ain't shit to me.
Alright, so look. So I started getting my report date. Let's say it was July 21st or 24th of 2017. First day I get there. Everything cool, calm, and collected. I'm like, I'm starting to get to meet the other peoples, and the very next day, I don't even think it was 24 hours, they come through beating. Boom, 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 boom. Beating. I'm talking about, I wake up like we in war. And I don't even know nothing about war. But I know what I saw on the TV. But anyway, they beating, get up, get out of the boat, hit the bulkhead. I'm like, what is a bulkhead? I don't even know what that is. They have us, we run out, stand on the wall, they have us run. We start running, I'm talking about the entire day. We starting to run, boom, boom, boom. We going to fill out paperwork, taking the P test, shot records, we doing this, that, and the third. And then the worst part hit, that haircut. Now, I came already to Navy with a haircut. Thought it was sweet though. I go into the barbershop, it's my time. They're like, oh, I see you done got you a pre-cut. I'm like, yes sir, I did, so I don't really need one. They said, oh yeah? I see you trying to keep your edge. I said, yes sir. Took my whole entire edge with the clips. And took my shit off. Really blowed me. And then I'm walking around, no hair. I'm talking about all this gone, this gone, all that gone completely. No earrings, no anything. I couldn't even do this no more. And I'm just like, damn, that fool really ain't playing. So we're going through the process of I-Day, that's what they call it, which is initiation day. And we're going through, they give us our uniforms or whatever, and we getting all our stuff running, going crazy, man. It's just a hectic day, man. And I'm thinking, eventually they'll be able to let us lay down by 8 o'clock, whatever. Psych, 10 o'clock hit, we still ain't laid down yet. We still up, moving around on the bulkhead, doing stuff. Going through the process, man. And it was just, I ain't even gonna lie, my second day there was, I've been terrible. I've been having that PTSD from it. Nah, but for real though, I really be like, damn, I was in a rough time during that time. At the same time, I had just lost my sister, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a little cousin that ended up, she ended up taking her life at the same time. And there was just a lot going on the outside world that didn't allow me to be at the top of my game mentally, what I needed, as well as having a girlfriend. We was going through troubles back home and shit like that. So third day, which was the first day of boot camp. Boom, we get up, they beating in on the window. We wake up, they wake us up by 5:15, 5:30. Boom, boom, boom. Hit a bulkhead, loud, rushing, everybody, horns, everything. They going crazy. I'm talking about before we even brush our teeth, we on the wall. And they had us standing kind of pigeon-toed, if you know what that is, with our hands by our sides. We had the ball, we had to have our little cap or whatever. We didn't have it on, obviously, in the building, but we did have to have it in our armrest or whatever. And they started giving us this book called Regs. Regs was basically all the different insignias and all that in the Navy, and signs and rules, and it also had a few quotes in there from some very higher ups, and I'm talking about we had to study that book day in, day out. And so as we going through, man, my perspective on it was like I was in prison. Like I honestly thought I was in prison. And it wasn't as bad yet because they hadn't taken any civilian stuff yet. And I thought maybe they wasn't gonna do it this time. I heard rumors about them taking civilian stuff or whatever, but maybe they're not gonna do it this time. So right after I was thinking that, I need you to go get all your civilian stuff, bring it to the front, and lock it up. If we find anything, you're gonna be in big trouble. I'm talking about everything, man. And at the time, I didn't even think to finesse. Cause I could have finessed. I knew some people that was doing it. You feel me? I could have finessed, brought a second phone, had my phone the entire time. Nope. My stupid behind, put it in the bag, locked it up, closed it up. Thinking, okay, I see it another day. I see it about 2 days or whatever. No, nigga. We didn't see our phones for an entire week. We only got to see our phone for 15 minutes on Sunday. Man, that shit was hell. Going through a relationship, troubles, and everything else that was transpiring. Not being able to talk to your people back home, your friends and all of that. Man, I'm talking about mentally, you were secluded. And we was on the island. At night, they used to let the bridge up. My window used to be right by the bridge, and I used to look out the window. My nigga used to cry. I'm in boot camp. I done linked up with some other individuals that was really going through it like me. And my homeboy Trey Lee, my homeboy Nolan Dilla, Cameron. I got my boy CT. A few of the ones that I used to hang with all the time. My boy Sean. We used to link all the time and just, really think about where the hell we was. I'm gonna be honest, bro. We was really going through it. Like, none of us wanted to be there. And shout out to my boy CT for sticking strong, staying on, because he the only one out of all of us that stayed strong. But yeah, hey, I gotta give it to you, boy. You really doing your thing, but for real. But anyway, we all still balling in other places, but my boy stayed with Navy. He loved that Navy shit. Not out of it, you feel me? Hey, to each his own, bro. We used to, me and my boys, man, when they used to give us small leeway times, like Sundays used to be slightly a little bit better because it was weekend. It was transferring into another week. So, and I guess their whole plan of boot camp was to break us down tremendously in the first few weeks and then to build us up on the last week. It was on 3 weeks. It wasn't that bad, but from my perspective, it was horrible. Like, I felt like I was in prison. Like, it was so bad, I kid you not. You can ask anybody that was close to me during Navy, bro. I used to take what they call bathroom breaks. It's called head. I used to ask to go to the head every day, at least 5 times a day, and I used to just go in that bitch and cry. Listen, I'm a big general. I'm a grown man, dog. I just go in that bitch and cry. Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. This ain't no just no love. No. We talking snotty nose. And I'm gonna be honest, dog. Going through that part of my life, going through the boot camp phase, dog, it taught me a lot of different things about life that a lot of people probably won't ever get in their life. And I am truly honored and blessed to be able to say that I went through that, because as a man, it helped me tremendously to grow, and it also helped me mentally, physically, spiritually, and first off, it helped me care for others truly. Like, it allowed me to put others in my position, and it allowed me to see the point from others' view, and it also allowed me to really be much more disciplined. Because when I say everything was to the T, like things of even breaking it down, but making your bed, that's one of the biggest things in the military. And I know a lot of people say that I wasn't in the military because I was going to school, but that's all their perspective. I don't really get into the arguments and the opinions about it, because theoretically I was still in the military, but I just wasn't really in the field with it. I was also playing football and going to school with it, but we were still enlisted. I still got the paperwork to prove that and things of that nature. But I'm finna show y'all a couple of uniforms, man, and things, how they used to have us wear our stuff. And what you looking at right now is my school shirt. Nah, they wouldn't allow this, okay? No necklace, none of this. This could have been a low cut, but that was about all. We had this, and we had to have these shirt stays that I got right here. And we had to tuck them under our heel of our foot to keep our shirt as tight as possible. We had to have these, I'm talking about perfectly ironed, in order for them not to do no inspection on our clothes every day. And we had to wear this hat, you feel me? Oh, that boy look like he might be back in it. Yeah, but no, we had to wear this hat, man. And we had to keep this thing here where we in. They call this a cap. Man, if you got caught slipping without this thing, man, it was gonna be trouble. We had to have these, man. We had these on me. These things hurt my feet so much, man. Just think about going to school every day in these, man. Yeah. And basically that was our everyday fit. And I also got an outfit of travel. When we used to travel, the nigga used to be spectacular, and I'm gonna show you that. You feel me? I ain't gonna get too tight because I don't really want to take nobody lady or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, basically, what they had us wearing when we traveled, like we had went to, since I was living in Rhode Island, I was going to the prep school. we would travel to the Naval Academy or something like that, we kind of sort of had to have this on. Man, listen, it's hot, boy. Hot. But basically, it's just, you know, your regular business type outfit. You got the jacket, you got the undershirt, you got the tie, and of course, now your boy look like he fly planes. Now stop playing. But yeah, man, yeah, this was, you know, the travel attire, and what I showed you was school attire. But we also had the other. We're gonna kick into the football part of it, you know. And then I'm thinking of football is just gonna be, you know, a regular college type environment, you know, football or whatever. I did not realize that I got a few boys that's still there, man. My boy DK, my boy Tony, they was on the defense side of the ball, man. I'm gonna tell you a story when I got hit. First practice, didn't know what I was doing at B-back. B-back is running back right behind the quarterback in the triple option offense. Didn't know what I was doing. So the objective of B-back is basically run and make the D tackle hit you entirely every time. If he don't hit you, you ain't do your job. So I didn't know that at the time. So I run up and down. I'm just running up tiptoeing, trying to find a hole coming from the offense I came from in high school. I'm trying to look and see. But this one is just straightforward. So I run up in that tiptoeing, man. I want to say he was Hawaiian. I want to say he from like Texas or Cali or one of them. D tackle hit me so hard, bro. Even to this day, I still feel that hit. He hit me so hard. He hit me and I just stiffed up so quick, and it was like, damn. This why they say run full speed. At that moment, I ain't look back, man. I used to get that ball. Talking about really get missing. For the football side of things, man, I'm gonna be honest, we didn't have many fans there. The atmosphere was a little dry. We was always up north, so it was cold. You know what I'm saying? And you're a Florida boy coming from where it don't get cold to where all it is cold. Like, we had games in Maine, and it was just like, I couldn't get in my groove. I had to really, it really put you in a place of uncomfortableness. But one thing I learned truly, and I'll take this with, I would take this in the future of being a husband, a father, mentor, friendship, or anything, what that may be. Being uncomfortable creates growth. I do not care what nobody say. If you are not willing to be uncomfortable, you will not grow at all mentally. You have to be in uncomfortable situations in order to be better, grow, and to really learn yourself and figure out what it is best for you at the same time. So, yeah, we played like 4-5 games, man, and then the season ended up getting canceled for some reason. A lot of teams started backing out or whatever. I don't know what the case may have been, weather might have got to them or something, but at that point, man, in the position of, because some of my buddies had already left, I was really in the position of whether I wanted to leave the state. Now, granted, I did want to leave the entire time, but you know how it is making decisions, man. When you want to make a decision, but you think it's the wrong decision, and then you like really into your thoughts deep, and you don't know if you want to. You want to try to make the right decision that's gonna make everybody else happy as well as you. And then it really came down to the point of myself. I had to think about myself and what it is I wanted to do for my life and everything. And honestly and truly, I had a calling, and for me, my calling is to touch people in many ways. And I didn't think the military would be that way for me to, you know, do what it is I want to do. And at the same time, I wanted to continue to pursue football. And while at Navy, it was just kind of like after 4 years, 5 years, you basically putting up your cleats or whatever. And now, that's not theoretically true now, but back then, the new administration had came in, Trump, and it was just the NFL and Trump was not on good pages. So he definitely made it to where you had to serve before you could go. And me being a running back, it was just not possible for me to go. So I had to make that move to transition into a better opportunity that allowed me to chase my dream truly. Because at the end of the day, you only get one life. And if you don't chase what you want to chase to the fullest of your ability, you're going to live a life of wonders. And I just ain't that type of person. I'm going to get it, you know, no matter what I got to give up to get there, I'm going to get it. And so that's what made me make that decision or whatever. And
you just signed them.
Yeah, I mean, now I can let me in.
Just signed them.
But before I left, man, I had, you know, I sat down and I talked with my boys, man. And there was many times that me and my boy Nolan Dilla used to just, after boot camp and after class or whatever, before we go to study hall after dinner, after we get back from the chow hall, like they call it, we just sit in the room, man, just think like, damn, where we gonna go from here? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, really like prison, like it's a brotherhood, so you really get close to these boys. Like, they're my boy for real.
It's gonna be alright, bro. We out this bitch.
Throughout the process, we both was hit or miss on whether we actually was gonna go forward with leaving. Like, we talked about it every day, but never went forward until I just came to my mind, like, man, I gotta move on it now. I ain't gonna move at all. And once I did it, it shocked him, and then I think it might have had him like, yeah, man, I gotta move on it too. And he made that move, man. And we really left behind my boy Trey Lee, and CT, DK, Tony. Left behind a few of them boys, man. And it was just so crazy to see, you know what I'm saying, leaving. Like, I remember getting on the airplane, man, my last day, just leaving without knowing where I was headed next. And that was one, you know, think about it. Like, you 19 years old, and you moving forward in your life, and you like, damn, I don't know where I'm going next, but I gotta go somewhere, because at this point, I'm a football player at the end of the day. I'm a student athlete. That's what God placed me here to do as a part of my life. And that's what it is I gotta do. I couldn't go back home and just sit, you know, and that was one thing that encouraged me, man. I had other schools recruiting me, but none of them schools I really wanted to. Like, I was trying to meet certain standards for the Stars, man, because I knew I had the ability. I knew I had the mindset. It was just, I needed believers. I needed somebody to believe in me. Going through it, man, one thing I could honestly say about the Naval Academy, man, is that place really teaches you how to be a man. It teaches you how to sacrifice. It teaches you how to be dedicated to a different cause, man. And it definitely was a different experience for me. And honestly, if I could sit there and talk to anybody who thinking about going in, I would probably encourage them to go, only because of the fact that it is about the next 40 years of your life, and it's not the next 4. And if you don't truly reach for the stars and give it all you got, and even though I wanted to lead the entire time, I gave it what I had, you know. I didn't give no issue. I was never an issue. I never caused a problem. I went about my day, and I did what I had to do in order to make it to the next point. You know, there was just one detailer. I forget her name. She had the most manliest voice, and she was a female, and she actually looked pretty decent too. And I think they call them firsties in the Naval Academy, which is a senior. She intimidated me. No lie. I ain't never had no reason to be intimidated by nobody. You feel me? But she was a smaller female too. But boy, look here. Alright. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright. They used to torture us mentally. I'm talking about it. Was just so much going on. Like, one time, we was all on the bulkhead, which is on the wall, honestly. And we all sitting there. We had a whole lot of books like this. And they used to come through and like just randomly quiz us on the book, because they do the book hand in, hand out. If somebody got it wrong, they made everybody pay. And that's how they taught you how to be in a team-orientated environment, like how to work together, how to encourage each other, and how to stay up as a team. No individuals, no man is different. One detailer was a short little dude, big nose. He had a big ass head, big nose too. And he was short, so it used to make you mad. Like, your detailers that's yelling at you and telling you what to do, they little dude, like some you would probably slap the hell out of on the street. They stood by what they were saying, and they used to come through basically and like pick on people basically. Like, Mr. Sims, you had to respond to sir, and then they'd be like, what is an E1 in the Navy? And you had to yell out what an E1, sir, an E1 in the Navy is, sir. That was a sentence, and time yelling ain't never been that ain't never been my cup of tea. So when we had to do all that yelling, I used to pray they never picked on me. And they knew that I didn't want to be picked on, so you know they used to come to me. Like, when I say it was so anal with everything that we had to do, like, we had to cut our corners at a 90. So think about running and literally turn at a 90 degree. If you didn't, it was on your head, come back, start it over, do it again. In order to go into a room of a higher up, you had to knock on the door. You had to knock on the door and be like, sir, a permission to go aboard, sure. Like, you going on the ship. Because they prepping you to be on the ship. That's the Navy. They had to grant you permission before you can go on. And to leave, you had to stand up and ask for permission. Go ashore, you had to ask for permission to leave. And for me, I was like, damn, like, I really felt like a BITCH. Not even gonna lie. Like, I was dealing with some pride problems, some personal problems, and just overall, man, I really just wasn't in the best mindset to be there. You know what I'm saying? But I made it as far as I could, and I took what I could from it, and I ran with it. One thing my coach used to always say to me, man, perspective is reality. And if you change your perspective on things in life, man, you would definitely be better off if you have a positive mindset. And that was one thing I definitely battled being in the Navy, dog. I was just miserable in every way, shape, or form. And if I'd have changed my mindset, who knows? I probably would have still been there. But to each his own. You know, I'm on to the next part of my life. I'm still balling. I'm still in college playing football on the full ride. So with that being said, I appreciate you for watching, man. And I ask that you subscribe, share this video, and keep the love flowing. Peace.